Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jacqui and today we're doing a slow and stretchy yoga flow. We'll move slowly, mindfully and intuitively with our bodies today. So come join me on the mat and we'll get started. Come to the mat in a seated position and we'll start by closing down the eyes and just taking the hands to the knees. Start to bring a little sideways sway into your body. Just moving nice and slow. Gentle sway leading from one rib to the other. And starting to make these movements a little bit bigger. Until one hand comes down to the mat and then the other. Leaning a little bit more weight into each hand now as you go from side to side. And then the next one, right hand comes down all the way to the mat, left arm reaches all the way up. Maybe now you open your eyes, coming into a nice side stretch. Maybe your right elbow comes to the mat, maybe it stays up. Just taking whatever suits you in this very moment. On the next breath, press yourself back up all the way to the other side. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Side bend. Continue to spiral your chest up towards the sky. And on the next breath, coming back to the center. Let's take the hands and interlace them. Breathe out. Press the palms away as you curl through the spine and tuck your chin. Press your shoulder blades towards the back of your mat. Breathing in. Start to lift the palms up to the sky. Open up to the chest. Maybe taking your gaze upwards. And breathing out, coming back forward, tucking the chin and pressing the palms and shoulder blades in opposite directions. Breathing in, open back up. Press the palms up to the sky as you ground down through your sit bones. One more time, breathing out. Coming forward. Finding a curl through your spine. And then breathing in, lifting back up. Breathing out, keep this length in your spine. Release the hands into a twist. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Take a breath in and see if you can sit up even taller. Breathing out, gentle twist towards the back of your mat. Breathe in, sit up taller. Breathe out, twist. Maybe at some point you can turn your head over your right shoulder. One more breath. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out, twist. On the next breath, coming back to center, reaching the arms up high, lengthening upwards, and breathing out, twist towards your left. Right hand, left knee, left fingertips on the mat behind you. Breathe in to lengthen upwards. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, find more space in between each vertebrae. And breathe out, keeping that length, twist even more, taking your head over your left shoulder. One more breath. Breathe in, sit up taller. Breathe out, twist. On the next breath, coming back into the center, reach the arms up, lengthen upwards. Interlace the fingers and then bring the hands down. Bring the hands forward and just come into a forward fold. Forehead comes down to the mat. Try to keep your sit bones pressed down as you stretch your fingertips further away from your body. On the next breath, coming back up to the center, rolling yourself back up and making our way onto all fours. Finding our knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Breathe in to drop the belly down, lift the tailbone high, lift the head high. Breathing out, start to curl in through the spine, tuck the chin and the tailbone. Press the shoulder blades up to the sky. Breathing in, dropping the belly open up through the chest. And breathing out, rounding through the spine, tucking chin and tailbone. Move in your own time. Maybe you close down your eyes. And then take any other movement that you feel your body needs in this very moment. Just moving intuitively with feeling rather than trying to think too much about it. One more breath. And on the next breath, coming back to a neutral spine. And then sitting the hips back. Spread the knees wide. Come into a child's pose. Walk the hands forward and then drop the chest and the forehead down to the mat. As you reach your fingertips further away, try to press down your hips into the heels of your feet. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Allow your chest to melt down closer to the earth. Feel your head heavy, sinking down and pressing down into the earth. And on the next breath, lifting up the head and walking the hands back towards your body. We'll bring the knees together, sitting on top of your knees and your feet. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up to the sky, lengthen upwards. Breathing out, hands come down through your heart center. Take the palms to the floor and then slide yourself down all the way onto your belly and your forearms. Breathing in, open up to the chest and lift the head. Pull your arms towards your body and pull your chest through your arms. Lift the kneecaps off the mat. Breathing out, relax the forehead down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and then press yourself back into a child's pose. Keep the knees together. Forehead comes down to the mat. And then breathing in, sliding yourself all the way back up and arms come back up. Starting again. Breathing out, hands come to heart center. All the way on the mat, slide yourself forward. Sphinx pose, drop the belly. And then roll the chest and the head up. Pull your arms towards your body and your chest through your arms. Breathing out, forehead comes on down to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. And then press yourself back, child's pose. Breathing in, coming all the way back up. 2 more times. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, hands through heart center, slide all the way forward. Breathing in, open up to the chest, maybe finding a little bit more depth in your back bend here. Breathing out, forehead comes down. Press yourself back, child's pose. Lengthen through your spine here. And breathing in, coming to sit back up, reach the arms up one last time. Breathing out, hands to heart center, sliding all the way forward. Open up to the chest, press the elbows down, lift the kneecaps off. Breathing out, forehead comes down, press yourself back to child's pose, staying here for a few breaths. Notice the parts of your body that are in contact with the earth. And on the next breath, slowly making your way back up. Coming to all fours. And just stepping the right knee and the foot on the outside of the right hand. Try to tuck your pelvis under slightly and then sink your hips down. Coming into your lizard lunge. Maybe you shift your hips a little from side to side just to open up through the hip flexor, through the quads, and through the hips. Staying here, or option to bend the left knee and then take the left hand behind, grab onto whatever you can, and then try to pull that foot closer towards your bum. Try to keep the left hip and left shoulder pointing to the top of your mat and not opening up to the side. Couple more breaths here. And on the next breath, releasing the left foot down, curl the toes under, lift the knees off the mat, keeping the left hand down underneath the left shoulder. Breathe in and reach the right arm up to the sky for easy twist. Try to find opposite energy here, pressing down through the left hand as you reach up through the right. Try to straighten the left kneecap. And then breathing out, bring the right hand down and give your right thigh a nice big hug, curling yourself closer to your leg, and then breathing in, reach the right arm back up. Breathing out 2 more times, give yourself a nice big hug here. Breathing in, reach the arm up, find a bit more openness. 1 last time, breathing out, hug your knee, your thigh to your chest. And then breathing in, reaching the arm back up. And then lower the left knee down on the mat. Right hand comes to the outside of the right foot. Step the right knee next to the left. And then coming into an 8-point vinyasa. Chest and chin in between the hands. Try to stick your tailbone up to the sky. Maybe you find your chest on the mat. Or maybe you're slightly lifted. That's okay. Or just stay here for 1 more breath. Try to find that openness and breathe through it. And on the next breath, sliding onto your belly. Breathing in, come into a cobra pose. Press your hands into the mat. Lift the kneecaps off. Open through the chest. And breathing out, forehead comes back down to the mat. And we'll come into a child's pose with the knees together. Stretch the hands forward. Sit the hips down into the heels of your feet. On the next breath, coming back onto all fours. And then stepping the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Coming into your lizard lunge on this side. Curl the pelvis under slightly. Find a stretch through your right hip flexor and your right quad. And then maybe you take some movement side to side just to open up this area a bit more. Option to stay here or bend the right knee and then take the right arm, circle it back and grab onto your right foot. Try to bring that foot closer to your bum, keeping the right hip and right shoulder pointing to the top of your mat. A few breaths here. One more breath. And then releasing the foot down. Right arm comes down to the mat. Flex through the right toes, lift the kneecap off. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. Breathing in, lift the left arm to the sky, easy twist. Try to drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then breathing out, give yourself a big hug. Wrap the left arm around the left thigh. Curl down into your thigh. Breathing in, reach the arm back up. Find a bit more openness through this twist. And then breathing out, another big hug. Try to keep straightening through that right leg, keeping it active. Breathe in, reach the arm up. One last time, breathing out, hug the left knee into your chest. And then breathing in, lifting the left arm back up. And breathing out, left hand comes to the outside of the left foot. Drop the back knee, step the left knee back next to the right. Coming back into 8-point vinyasa, chest and chin in between the hands, elbows close to the body, stick the tailbone up. Find deep breath here. And then sliding all the way down onto your belly. Untuck the toes, press the hands down underneath your shoulders, come into cobra. Lift the kneecaps off. Pull the hands towards your body and your chest through your hands. And breathing out, forehead comes back down. Press yourself back into a child's pose with the knees together. Forehead comes to the mat. Reach the fingertips further forward as you press your sit bones down into the heels of your feet. Nice deep breaths here. On the next breath, slowly roll yourself back up to a seated position. We'll bring the knees wide, keeping the toes together, and then taking the fingertips behind you on the mat. Take a deep breath in and roll the shoulders back and down. Start to lift up through the chest and take your gaze up towards the ceiling, coming into a very gentle camel pose variation here. Maybe you walk your fingertips a little further away if you want to come deeper. Keep lifting the chest upwards. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more deep breath here. And on the next breath, walking the hands back, looking back down. Bring the hands forward. And then tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. Just for a few moments, walk the feet out. And on the next breath, come to stillness. Bend the knees slightly if you need to. Tilt your tailbone up to the sky. And then take a wave-like motion through the body. Curl yourself all the way into a high plank. And then lower yourself all the way down to the mat, everything arriving together. Untuck the toes, forehead on the mat. Bring the fingertips to the top corners of your mat, elbows facing up. Press the tops of the feet into the mat and lift the kneecaps off. Breathing in, lift the chest and the head up. And then breathing out, bring your right shoulder forward and look towards your left hand. Breathing in, lifting back up to the center. Breathing out, left shoulder forward. Look to the right. One more time each side. Breathing in back to the center. Breathing out, right shoulder forward. Breathing in, lift back up. Breathing out, left shoulder forward. And breathing in, lifting back up. And breathing out, back to the center. Take the right hand out to the side in a T shape. Palms facing down. Left hand comes underneath the left shoulder. Take a deep breath in and then roll yourself over onto your right side, coming into a prone shoulder roll. So staying here with the left foot stacked on top of the right, or bending the left knee and placing the sole of the foot on the mat behind you for an even deeper stretch. Stay here for a few breaths. Maybe you'd like to close down your eyes. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the back of your right shoulder and also the front. One more breath. And on the next breath, rolling yourself back onto your stomach. And we'll come to the other side. Left arm comes out to the side, palms facing down, right hand underneath the right shoulder. Turn your face towards the right side of the mat, and then deep breath in. Press and roll yourself onto the left side of your body. Right leg can stay stacked on top of the left, or you can bend the knee and place the sole of the foot on the mat behind you. Stay here for a few breaths. Close your eyes, relax your body. And try to stay focused on the present. Allow any thoughts and feelings that may be coming up just to fade into the background. On the next breath, let's come back to the center. Make a pillow with the hands and rest your right cheek or temple on your hands, and then bend the left knee up to your chest. We'll just stay here for a few moments, closing down your eyes and getting this nice hip stretch in. Notice if you're gripping onto any muscles anywhere, and see if you can relax a little bit more with each breath out that you take. One more breath here. And then extending the left leg all the way back. Lift your head up, place the other palm on top, turn your head and place your left cheek or temple onto your hands, and then bend the right knee up towards your body. Find a deep relaxation here. Relax through all the muscles in your body. Focus on your breath. And on the next breath, straighten out the right leg, back down, and then press yourself back into a child's pose. Let's bring the knees wide, toes together, walk the hands forward and drop the chest and the forehead to the mat. Stay here for a few deep breaths, finding with every exhale that your heart melts down closer to the earth. Let's take one more breath here. And on the next breath, slowly lift up through the head and walk the hands back towards your body, coming back into a seated position. Cross the legs, sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. Let's close down our eyes and rest the hands wherever they feel most natural. And again, just taking a nice sideways sway here, leading from your ribs. One rib pulling to one side and then to the other side. And just letting your head sway on top as it comes from one side to the other. And it's starting to make the movement smaller and smaller. Until you find stillness in the center. Bring your hands to your heart center. Press your thumbs against your heart. And just take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your mat today. And take note of one thing that you're grateful for in this very moment. And try to keep this feeling throughout the rest of your day, this gratitude, this contentment, and this joy. And slowly blinking open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know how you're feeling in the comments down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please also support me by subscribing so I can continue to give you more free yoga videos like this. Make sure to hit the bell icon as well so you don't miss out on any new yoga videos. I will see you next time here on the mat. Namaste.